A parabola is a function or a relationship where there are two x or two independent values for every one dependent y value. Stated differently, for every y value, there are two different x values. Let us use an example to illustrate this. You are flying in an aeroplane over a mountain. Let us use x to represent your distance from the start of your journey, and we'll use y to represent your height above sea level. At 500 meters from the start of your journey, you are 1,000 meters above sea level. At 750 meters from the start of your journey, you are 2,000 meters above sea level. At 1,000 meters from the start of your journey, you are 2,500 meters above sea level, and that is the tip of the mountain. At 1,250 meters from the start of your journey, you are 2,000 meters above sea level, and at 1,500 meters from the start of your journey, you are now back to 1,000 meters above sea level. Now, look at this graphic. Let us remove the mountain. Notice the curve that we start to see. Using this graphic, we can say that the y values increased to a point that is the top of the mountain and then began decreasing after that. The tip of the mountain was the turning point of our graph, where the gradient or the slope went from being positive to negative. This equation is given by y is equals to negative 6 over 1,000x squared plus 12x minus 3,500. Do not fret just yet as to how I got to this equation. The important thing to note is that the highest x power or exponent is 2. This indicates that it is a parabola, or that there are two x values for every one y value. Let us take a closer look at the parabola. We will begin by looking at the two standard forms of the parabola and how we move from the equation onto the sketches. We will then look at moving from the sketch onto the equation. I'm going to start with the parabola that is of the form y is equals to a x minus b squared plus q. And I'm going to go through 5 rules that we can use to sketch this type of parabola. Rule number 1. Look at the a value. If the a value is positive, the parabola's shape is that of a smiley face. If the a value is negative, it looks more like a frown. Rule number 2. Write down your turning point. If it is in this form, your turning point is very simply PQ. P being your x value of the turning point and Q being your y value. 3. Determine your x-intercepts. Do this by making y equals to 0. That means that a x minus b squared plus q is equals to 0, and you solve for the quadratic. 4. Determine your y-intercept. That happens when x is equals to 0. That means that y will equal a 0 minus b squared plus q. Rule number 5, sketch. We are going to start by looking at the parabola of the form f of x is equal to a x minus b squared plus q. The example I'm going to use is fx is equal to 3x minus 2 squared minus 5. Step 1. I look at my A value. In this case, my A value is positive 3, which means that it's the smiley face graph. Step 2, my turning point. Now remember that because it's in the form a x minus p squared plus q, my turning point is given by pq, which in this case is given by x minus p x minus 2. That means that 2 is my p value of my turning point, or my x value, and my y value is negative 5, or my q value is negative 5. Step 3, I look at my x-intercepts, and that happens when y is equal to 0, or when f of x is equal to 0. That means that 3 multiplied by x minus 2 squared minus 5